setup.
So as you can see, this is the actual setup available at our FM lab. Here is the normally turbine will consist of the nozzle portion, the casing and the inner assembly, which is the main important one. So in that you can see at the centrally the shaft is being located, and on that shaft one runner is there, and you can see number of blades were attached by using nut and the screw arrangement. Now previously, if you see the previous turbines, these blades are welded on the runner, but that will making the disadvantage that if one of the blade will get damaged, then we have to replace the whole assembly of that runner and blade. So by the use of incorporation of this screw and nut, we can just simply replace one of the blade which is being get damaged. So this is the assembly, you can say the actual construction of the turbine. At the inner side, you can see here there is a nozzle. So in our case, only one nozzle is being used. In actual practice, there will be 4 to 5. That is depend upon the diameter of the runner, the number of nozzles were counted and that are incorporated. Now the nozzle location should be such that the loss at the entrance of the turbine should be minimum. So you can see here, this is the nozzle. So water will coming from that, and that will impart on the blade so that the turbine will start rotating. Okay, so this is the actual turbine, you can see. Now we will, so as I have said, we don't having the dam. So what we have done, we will be having this storage tank. We are lifting the water with the help of this pump. This is a centrifugal pump, and we are supplying this water through this nozzle here. So as you can see, the pressure gauge is incorporated at the entrance. So this pressure gauge is showing the results in kg per centimeter square. So we have to convert this pressure into the height, and that height will be the water which is coming from that particular height. So that height we have to take on. So to calculate the input to the power, what we have to do, the quantity of water supplied to the turbine against the height. Now as you can see, to calculate the quantity of water, we will be having this venturimeter setup. This is the venturimeter you have studied in the fluid mechanics. And to measure the pressure difference across this, here is your differential manometer. So in the observation table, if you see, first we have to note down this pressure manometric difference. With the manometric difference, there is a formula given directly in the manual, that K under root H. So K, the value of constant K, the venturimeter constant, is given in the numeric our manual. So what is that constant K? The inner diameter, the middle throat diameter, considering जो हमारा FM के अंदर formula था A1 A2 divided by A1 square minus A2 square under root 2GH. So the calculation of the area is already given to you. You just have to multiply that constant K by our differential manometric reading. So from here you will get the mass of water supplied to the turbine. So that is our calculation rho G Q. Then once you find out that discharge, then we have to find the height which we will be taking from that pressure gauge. So that is the input to the turbine. Now what is output? The output is the quantity of water supplied or impulse on the turbine. As a result of that, the turbine will rotate with some particular speed. We have to measure that speed. So here is the shaft extension. We have to concentrate our tachometer on this shaft so that we can measure the speed of the shaft. Once you measure that speed, we have to calculate now the torque. Now if you just see theoretically, we can calculate the power developed by the turbine by the use of velocity triangles. But here in the actual setup, we don't have the velocity triangle. So what we are doing, this is the setup available with us. This is the spring balance, you can say. So this is the weight W1 and this is the W2. Now one more use of this setup is you can apply the load on the turbine to check its efficiency at different working conditions. So this is the spring balance, you can see this is the spring balance load and this is the dead weight. First we have to, in initial condition, you don't have to apply any load on this, but so the readings, we have to set this on the 0 first. As you can see, the pointer is not on 0. So first by this screw arrangement we have to set this on the 0, both the readings. So once that both the spring balances are on the 0, we have to start the setup, and there is a formula to calculate the torque, that the difference of these two weight into the speed of the turbine. So if you do that, you can calculate easily the torque using the formula which will be available with us. Whenever you have to apply the load, simply you just rotate this term so that it will be tightened by this rope, and if they get tightened on this drum, automatically the load will coming on the shaft, and the turbine efficiency we can calculate by applying the load also. So this is how we have to actually carry out the different readings by changing this load on the turbine, or else we can change the input to the turbine by adjusting this knob also. As you can see, this is the pump, there is a bypass for this water. That means the whatever water you are pumping, that will be supplied to the turbine also, and that can be discharged also. So if you adjust this knob, you can adjust the flow rate of the water, and you can take the different readings also.